Oxford is known as the city of dreaming spies, and its city centre and surrounding areas have been shaped and influenced heavily by the colleges of Oxford University over the hundreds of years. In addition to this, the city boasts one of the most vibrant and multicultural areas of any city centre in the world, in Cowley, the area just to the east of the Magdalen Bridge. In this video, I'm going to study the townscape of these two differing areas as according to Gordon Cullen in his book The Concise Townscape. My route starts at the junction of Rectory Road with Cowley Road. From there I head westwards along Cowley Road to Alma Place, a residential street. Moving along through Alma Road brings me to St Clement's, where I'll turn westbound again, around the plain and into the city via the Magdalen Bridge. Upon reaching the city centre, my journey will take me along long wall streets, and finally turning onto Holywell Street. My start point, Cowley Road, bears many of the hallmarks of any high street in Britain, with chain stores, high traffic levels, and public transport links. This first image shows a row of shops with flats above. There is a strong sense of repetition throughout the facade, with window lines highlighted in blue and roof ridges highlighted in red, featuring heavily in both buildings. The front corner, highlighted in green, is a point of incident that draws the eye of the passer-by. This image shows a theory of here and there. The immediate foreground is the road, while the background is taken up by the view of the plain. This view is framed by the high buildings on both sides. Moving on, we get to another junction, where properties have been set back to create punctuation in the otherwise uniform building line. This has also allowed for planting of vegetation, which screens the vista of the church for those walking along Cowley Road. Moving on to Alma Place, there is a deflection where the building line curves around to follow the undulation of the road. Moving around reveals the varied architectural styles of the road and the juxtaposition of various building heights, which serve to prevent conformity in the style and create character. Approaching the end of Alma Place, the idea of enclosure can be seen, as the road appears to be blocked by the court of houses at the far end. Although the road is closed to vehicular traffic, pedestrians are deflected down Alma Lane, a piece of pedestrian infrastructure. Along Alma Lane is a 90-degree bend, which demonstrates the idea of closure, as it is apparent that the path continues, although it looks like it is a dead end. This links in with the anticipation and mystery of not knowing what is around such corners. Around this corner, the path straightens out and leads towards St Clement's. This part of the route is characterised by the high walls and inactivity, causing a lack of natural surveillance. St Clement's Street is characterised by the varied building heights and design. The scale of the buildings mean that the road can feel narrow, linking to the ideas of scale and massing of buildings. As the road continues, the road widens out, revealing the plain slowly and in a piecemeal fashion, which Cullen described as serial vision, when a view is revealed at walking pace. Due to the nature of the building line, the whole of the plain only becomes visible when one is directly on it. Leaving the plain and heading towards the Magdalen Bridge reveals another hidden vista, that of the Magdalen Tower. As the apex of the bridge is revealed, more of the tower emerges from the vegetation. The tower itself acts as a landmark and increases the legibility of the area. In addition to this, the balustrades and trees that line the bridge serve to frame and tunnel the view into the city centre. On the other side of the Magdalen Bridge, one is greeted with a very wide carriageway, with the Magdalen College on the right and the Botanical Gardens to the left. This acts as a gateway to the city centre, and the widening of the street space reinforces this. From the High Street, the route turns right up Longwall Street, a road characterised by the high brick wall which runs adjacent to the road. This wall tunnels the vision, along with the high buildings on the other side of the road. The wall deflects sharply to the left, creating a feeling of closure. As the road continues, the undulation of the road creates projection and recession of the facades of the buildings. The route continues straight ahead to Holywell Street. Holywell Street is gated, meaning that motorised vehicles are banned. This creates a pedestrianised feeling to the road, with cyclists and pedestrians using the entire street space. As seen before at St Clement's, a narrow street and relatively tall buildings create a tunnel effect, with a pronounced here and there. In conclusion, I believe that two parts of Oxford, both the historic Town and Gown West and the vibrant areas of Cowley to the east of the Magdalen Bridge, offer greatly differing architectural styles and street space, but both adhere to the principles of townscape as outlined by Gordon Cullen in 1961. The buildings, however different, are positioned in a way that contributes to the feel and aesthetic of the city and makes Oxford a place to be. This project has taught me many key principles of urban design and how to best apply them to the real world. These skills will stay with me, not only through other urban design modules during my time studying, but also into my working life.